Toki, toki. I, 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 I. Oh, hey, Dice. Uh, Here's the link. Oh, all right. Today George just turned 24. Huh. Georgie Wargie had an orgy. Dennis has a very deep voice. So Dennis's voice is really deep now. Yeah, he sounds like JT. Mohammed Said's little brother Al Jaham is 7'1" and 375 pounds. Huh. Giant man. Taklu Magambo is 9'2" and 500 pounds. He's in Mohammed Said's gang. Well, well, that's a exotic and tropical sounding name. And he has a Liberty Mohawk. Oh, like JT. JT! Taco is almost the height of your ancient ancestor from thousand years ago. Oh, so your ancient ancestor was taller than 9'2", 10 feet? Ancient ancestor was 9'4". Oh, humongous, humongous. Humongous, 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 humongous. Yeah, he was humongous. Yeah. Humongous, do you know what that's worth? Do, 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 Ooh, Anus, do you know what that's worth? Heard from a family many years ago about your ancient ancestor that was 9'4". Turns out he was the tallest that ever grew in my family. Yoy. He's an inch shorter than JT. Uh, and he'd be almost 2 feet taller than my ceiling. Second tallest person in your family was 8'5", and he lived in the 1600s. Balls. It's taking a long time to edit my scene, the one I filmed last night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Balls. Ugh. Flame. Whoa. The third tallest person in your family was around 8 foot tall. The fourth, 7 foot 8, and one of your family members, one of your brothers, George, he's 7 foot 5. George, and he's been that height ever since he was 19 years old in 1979. Yeah, so he's about uh, as tall as my ceiling. In the live stream. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the live stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. YouTube is a dream. Yeah. Die. Humongous. My water balloon. Water balloon. Oh. I hope it doesn't just pop. Oh, you're almost done filming your scene. Dong. Bun, bun, yoing. Oh, you're almost done filming your scene. You have two more parts to shoot and you'll be done. Huh. Bye. Oh, you're gonna come in the panel now? Alright, here's the link again. Here's the link. The link. Yeah,
What's up, Taylor?
yeah. So then you come into my panel.
Yeah. So Taylor, did you hear about my ancient ancestor?
Uh, you mean the 9'4" one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anyone in my family now, or either back then, no one knows what he looked like.
Hmm.
Because there was no cameras back in those times, where he was alive. I heard that he lived like somewhere like more than 8,000 years ago, somewhere around there. So like 7,000 years, more than 7,000 years ago. My ancient ancestor lived that long ago.
Hmm. Hey, what do you think about my homemade donut?
Yeah, I was gonna try. I was gonna have to. I was gonna try and make that one myself. But wait, I just want to know like how did you make it? Like how do you fry it? Because I don't have a deep fryer. I wish I
Well,
did.
just get a pan and put some oil, maybe this thick, and then
Yeah.
put the donut in. Then use a picture thing to flip it over sometimes.
Wait, is it okay? I can cook the donut in the uh in the toaster oven too.
Uh, I don't know how that'll turn out.
No, I'm talking about grabbing a pan, putting oil in it, and putting in the toaster oven.
I've never done that before, so I don't know how that would turn out.
I'm afraid to use an oven again, a real like the big oven,
What
because
happened last time?
well, it didn't happen here. It happened at my old buddy, uh, my best friend Jasper's first house, his old house in Arizona. Remember Jasper's first house I told you about,
Yeah,
the one with Clyde in it.
yeah.
Yeah, where me and my buddies, my old buddies, there when they were living there in 19 beginning of 1982, I tried to work that oven. It was an old fashioned oven. It was like a it had like a tank under that oven to heat it up. You didn't have to turn on like no, like you didn't have to
Hmm.
like it had like a fire tank and underneath the oven. And somehow I I did something wrong and I burnt the food and I I just had it in there for too long and then everything just smokes out where a lot of black smoke was out of the oven and
Uh,
Jasper's house almost burned down that night.
with ovens, you kind of have to check on it every few minutes. Also, I usually, get something uh, when I cook something in the oven. I'd get some kind of utensil to move it around sometimes so it doesn't stick to the foil.
I'll probably find another way to make donuts.
Hmm. Well, I've seen this recipe online where for donuts, and then yeah, I kind of tried to follow their recipe. Well, I had different ingredients though, because they had eggs and yeast. I didn't use any of those. Just milk, melted butter, sugar, and flour.
Well, you should have put a lot of sugar in there to make it sweet. Jeez. That's a good thing about donuts. They get sweeter. You put a lot of sugar in it.
Well, yeah, I put maybe about uh, a teaspoon or more.
That's all. Should have used more sugar.
Well, it was a small donut.
Mm. Yeah, it was just one. I just saw. And and you said it tasted disgusting, kind of.
Yeah. Well, because I think maybe I was supposed to use yeast to make it, rise.
Yeah. I don't have the yeast either. I wish I did.
Well, in the recipe that I found on YouTube, they didn't have frosting on theirs. Yeah, the frosting I just made up myself.
Yeah, I actually know how to make my own icing also, but I don't do it like you did. I did it a different way. I didn't have to heat up nothing. I just used uh I haven't made this easy recipe in like almost 2 years, but I remember making frosting out of it was powdered sugar and milk, and you just stir it and then it turns into icing.
Yeah, powdered sugar and milk.
Yeah,
Oh, one time in seventh grade in science class we made that.
I did.
Yeah,
How did it taste?
yeah, it
Well,
tasted just like frosting.
yeah, yeah, it tastes really sweet. Sometimes I actually dye it. I put food coloring in it. I like doing that to make rainbows. So wait, what was your recipe of making icing for those
Uh,
ones?
well, I put sprinkle some sugar in, and then about maybe just a tablespoon, 1 or 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and
Yeah.
then a few drops of honey, and then I get a little spoon and mix them all together.
Hmm. So that's glaze.
Well, uh, it's my recipe.
Yeah, but you said it was kind of like glaze.
Well, yeah, I just called it glazed because it's transparent.
Also, try to make that too. Hey, I can actually make two of them. The one with the powdered sugar and the other and the one that you made.
Hmm.
I really don't like honey that much, but I just I'm fine eating it on some things, but nothing else.
Well, yeah, and it tasted almost the same as a donut, and there are just a few differences, like how regular donuts are sweeter and more spaced out because of the yeast.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm also gonna try to make my character the 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 Taklu Mangambos Mohawk Liberty Mohawk. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make his Mohawk instead of buying one. Lay's chips. They should be called laid chips. Hey Taylor.
Yeah.
Instead of Lay's chips, they should call them laid chips.
Yeah. Hey, so remember in your scene, Josh Myers creeps around in the dark,
Yeah,
where Josh Myers has a fake blood on his face and eating a hand?
yeah.
Well, I've recorded a video similar to that of me eating bacon and having ketchup smeared on my face.
Yeah. So what was supposed to be in the scene?
Well, it's actually gonna come in the far future, and wouldn't really want to spoil it, but yeah. Well, I'll give you one hint though. It's supposed to represent some guy eating human meat. Mhm. Yeah, it's taken a long time editing this scene. It would be much easier if I actually had, accessories.
Why?
It's taking a long time to edit this scene
No, about the accessories. What about them?
because I don't have, any accessories.
Yeah, yeah. It will be more faster. You know, instead of instead of having having to edit them on the computer.
Uh, Well, I mean, just editing them on, sometimes it could just take a little time, but it takes a long time when I try to move it around to make it stay on me,
Yeah.
because sometimes my head moves around a lot, especially for the characters where I have to edit, two things on. Well, in season 3, episode 1, there won't be much editing.
Hmm. Hold on.
The water balloon.
And yeah, uh, and probably the next scene the after tomorrow's, it's probably gonna be the one about how Oscar Escareno murdered Carter in Chris's apartment 22 years ago. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to delete it off of my camera roll and put it back because my goddamn cloud is acting up. My phone. I did an update on it. I don't know why the hell's giving me trouble. I probably had to reboot it. I don't know. I gotta do something. It was not acting like this before. I don't know why it's doing this to me.
So yeah, the thing about the heights of the characters in my series, I deleted the character bios video, but I'll be making another one that includes their cartoon form and their film form. Well, I'm gonna change their heights back to their original heights.
Wait, what's their other heights?
Hmm. Well, at first, let's say they were usually around 5'8", but then I changed it to 5'4". Well, I'm gonna change it back to 5'8". Well, that's pretty much the base height. The tall characters will be, almost 6.5 feet, and then the short ones just a little over 5.
So wait, the tall characters will be as tall as me.
Uh, well, taller, because let's say Garrett will be 6'2", and and the guy with the turban will be 6'4". And also, one of the characters named Ryan, uh, he had a growth spurt during the series, so he went from 5'9" to 6 feet.
So
Kind of like Psycho Mitch. He used to be 6'11", now he's 7'4".
yeah, and that's the another crazy thing. Psycho Mitch, he's in his 60s.
'60s, so he's about as old as Tim.
Kind of. Except Psycho Mitch is 2 years younger. And Psycho Mitch, I know that you heard him plenty of times of him saying that he's in his 30s. He's not really. He pretty much took over his country in the 70s and 80s.
Uh,
So the your character Ryan, he's tall as me.
yeah. Oh, and he's gonna be always wearing a beanie and a hood on top of the beanie.
So you said Ryan is 6 feet.
Yeah. All right. So the Rashid character is the 6'4" guy, and well, since he's skinny, I'm gonna make him weigh 170 pounds.
And that's really skinny at that height.
how about 180?
Yeah. How about 200? Make him muscly.
Well, he's just a skinny character.
Okay.
Yeah, 175. And then Garrett, the basketball player, and he's 6'2", and he's kind of buff, so he'd be kind of heavy, maybe 240 pounds.
Yeah, or 250.
Yeah. And then the Ryan character, he's average build, 6 feet, maybe 190.
I don't weigh 190 at 6 feet.
Well, the Ryan character has an average build or medium.
I actually weigh 288.
Huh. You weigh 288.
Yeah. I used to weigh years ago. I used to weigh I was like 295 at 6 feet.
Oh yeah, and you said you weighed 400 when you were 6'10".
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
that was 6'6".
oh, 6'6".
Yeah. I was
Uh,
extremely big with muscle. I was
maybe
extremely
maybe
heavy.
you could have been a wrestler.
I don't like wrestling. I like boxing. I'm not more a wrestler fan. I'm. I don't do fake shit. I do real shit.
And well, my main character, Akane, she's 5'10" and skinny, so 140 pounds. Uh, and her best friend Vanessa, 5'6", uh, in medium build, so I guess also 140 pounds. And then Johnny, well, let's say 5'9", yeah, 5'9" in medium build,
Hmm.
so 160. And then Jamar, he's the guy. He's the black guy with really dark skin and bald. Well, I was planning on making him either 5'6" or 5'8", and well, let's say 5'6" and 200, well, almost 300 pounds, because he's gonna be fat,
Yeah.
which also means he's gonna look similar to the Josh Myers character from your series, but he'll have a transparent dark brown circle covering his face.
Yeah, I heard about him. That's the one who does the face of the backwards.
Wait, what's the backwards face?
The Josh Myers face. Him doing it backwards.
I was talking about the Jamar character. I had another character named Josh. Well, now his last name's going to be Erica, so he's Josh Erica, and he doesn't do it like this anymore. He makes this face. Ha ha ha.
Oh, Hold on, I'm gonna try to do that.
Uh, Ha ha ha. Wait, so well, the next time you portray your Josh Myers character, are you gonna go ha ha ha?
Ha ha
Well,
ha 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 ha.
what I've noticed is that you know with you you seem to have your lower teeth more visible than your upper teeth, but for me my upper teeth is more visible because I've seen the Josh Myers face and uh, yeah you can see his lower teeth like this.
Yeah,
But when I try to do it, you see my upper teeth.
yeah, yeah. You have humongous teeth.
Humongous upper teeth.
Yeah, humongous nose. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. And your hair.
By the way, in my series, there are two high schools. There's Humongous High School, which is,
Humongous high school.
the one where you've seen in the series. And there's Baracus, which they talk about, but but you've never seen it on camera.
Yeah.
Baracus was supposed to be a parody of Berkeley,
Mm,
and I think Berkeley was either a college or a university.
yeah.
Well, the Josh the Josh Erica character in my series, he's gonna be 5'3". So yeah, he's still gonna be short and yeah, maybe 250 pounds. And the Emily character is still gonna be the shortest, the 5'1" or no 5'0" and
I mean, 5 feet.
190 pounds because she's another fat character. So 5 feet and 190 pounds. Oh, and she laughs like this. uh, and and then there's Debbie, who's the last fat character. Uh, and she'll be 5'4" and about 200 pounds.
Yeah. And in Muhammad Saeed's gang, Taklu Mog Gumbo is not.
And well, my main character Akane, the girl who's 5'10", she's also the tallest female character. Uh, and the shortest male character is the Josh Erica. And some people are gonna make fun of Josh's last name because Erica's a girl name, but it's usually a first name.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Josh character is gonna be Native American, and then some guy's gonna say, "Well, you can spell America without Erica."
Miracle. in the campsite, I actually knew a girl named Mirika.
Mirica.
Mirika.
Yeah, Mirica.
And she was about the well, uh, she was about the same age as Kira Costner.
Hmm. Well, the Josh character in my series, he's gonna call himself Josh Erica United, and then yeah, in the next scene he does that, and then some other guy says Josh Erica United States.
Ha 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 ha
Oh yeah,
ha.
that reminds me. In that next scene, the Josh character does do that. Ha ha ha. Yeah, he does it once.
What about that other one? Oh, it was this one. Ha 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 ha.
Well, uh, I'll I'll make one of my other fat characters do that face.
I like
Oh yeah,
this
but
one so much.
oh wait, actually there is a character that does that face. It's Rashid, and also the guy in the video of me eating bacon. Yeah, he also does that face.
I like this face so far. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get some more water. By the way, I had an old series called Targeted, and some of the characters in my new series is actually taken out of the old one, but I changed their names and changed their personalities.
Yeah.
And the what those two series have in common, they both take place in San Diego, California, during the year 2035. And how I used to make those videos, Roblox, no voice, just subtitles. And well, that was kind of quick to edit. But I couldn't really get as creative in Roblox as I could in cartoons and filming.
Hey Taylor, tomorrow you're gonna see Aaron again.
Oh, the one that goes, eh?
Yeah.
Uh,
and already tall building is getting annoyed by him.
Wait, so Tall Building's coming back too?
What? Yeah,
Oh,
he's back from Tamil again.
and he's gonna have a really deep voice this time.
Yep, for the rest of his life.
Oh, what happened to his voice that made it deep?
I don't know. Let's just say that he. I don't know.
Oh
Something
well,
happened.
let's say he went through puberty again.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say something happened to him overnight, and his voice just got a little more deeper.
Oh yeah, all the fat characters in my series are bullies in some way. Like Jamar is a street thug. Debbie and Emily are bullies, and the Josh character, well, he's not really evil in any way, but he likes to make, he likes to do this. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, so Josh is gonna do that. Uh, Emily's gonna do this, and Debbie's gonna do this. I haven't come up with one for Jamar yet. Well, Jamar would probably go, ooh, because that's how he went in the beginning of the second season. Bernie would go, eh, and then Jamar would go, ooh.
He should have been. Ooh, I obey this.
Well, in my season 2, episode 2, the one the one where I did it with filming and it was snowing outside. Yeah, that's the one with them making the sounds. Well, today I uploaded an episode of The Shining Star. It's
Yeah,
season 2, episode 8, Bernie's Return vlog.
yeah. I'll see that later.
Yeah. And well, in case you didn't notice, well, Bernie looks exactly like me now. Well, Bernie was wearing a wig that looks just like my hair. Uh,
Just see if I can make.
Bernie's Bernie's the same character who used to be voice acted by ATV Studios in 2 of the episodes.
Bitch.
So, when the stream hits the 2 hour 30 minute mark, I'm gonna end this.
Yeah.
That's in about 32 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, this scene I'm editing, I wanted it to go up today, but it's taking kind of long, and also I've been kind of busy. So well, it'll probably be up tomorrow or Saturday, and then the episode after that will probably take a while because it's a cartoon.
Yeah, Taylor. Remember earlier what you said that I should have uh
You should have what?
you said for my old height when I was 6'6", you said I had been a wrestler, but I want to be a boxer.
Yeah.
Well, you wonder how hard I used to punch back when I was like more buffer and heavier.
How hard?
It was like a little more than Mike Tyson hard.
Oh,
You you remember Ivan the Drago and Rocky?
uh, no, I don't remember him. I'm looking about Ivan Drago. So yeah, what about him?
Okay, he his hardest punch was 2,100 something force per square inch.
Yeah,
So I'll say my punches were like hard, like nearly like that hard.
yeah. And how hard was Mike Tyson's punches?
Around 1,400 to 1,700, and mine was
S-
like
s-
around what?
So is it uh, so is it the stronger you are, the harder you punch?
Well, yeah, it depends like how like you put like a lot of force into your punches.
How hard do you think the world's strongest man could punch?
I don't know. I'll say somewhere around where I did.
Yeah, 2000.
Well, my hardest punches were close to like it was like around 1,900. It was close to 2,000, 2,000 force. What they say, uh, PSI.
Well, now I'm looking up the hardest punch ever.
Well, mine wasn't recorded.
Hmm.
I just remember back in the 80s and 90s. I remember I did those those PSI test things.
Yeah. Well, here it says Francis Ngannou has hold the record for the hardest punch. And that it was 1940 psi. So not exactly 2000, like Ivan.
Yeah. Well, his was 21, more than 2,100.
Yeah. And Francis Ngannou was from Cameroon.
Where's that?
I'm guessing Africa because he's black. Oh yeah, yeah, it is in Africa. It's next to Nigeria and Central African Republic.
I would say, I think I remember now. My hardest punch was around like around, it was like around 1990 something.
In here in Quora, the question who gave the world's hardest punch, some guy answered my best friend when I ate his sandwich.
Okay, okay, I remember. Uh, I remember it now. what the PSI of my hardest punch was, or punches. So around on I think it was on this fist right here, this hand. Uh, the hardest blow I ever hit with this fist before was 1,992 force,
Hmm.
and on this hand was like around like 1,800 something. I don't know how hard I could punch now.
So, how hard of a punch do you think would be enough to kill someone?
Around what I just said right there, my
Hmm.
1,992
Hmm.
force or psi.
Wow. So, Francis Nagano could probably kill someone in one punch.
I killed my old prison bully Alvin in that riot 18 years ago.
Hmm.
He was more bigger than me. And Allen, he was a Russian.
Hmm.
Oh wait, and Ivan Drago, he was also Russian in that movie
Hmm.
Rocky. Yeah, those Russians, they can be pretty tough.
Hmm. Which country do you think has the toughest people?
Ooh, I don't know. Well, I know my people that they're extremely tough.
Hmm. Well, my people, not really.
Which ones? The Cambodians?
Yeah.
Why that? Why you say that?
Well, I'm not really sure, but they're not exactly uh, dangerous people.
You say it's really terrible over there in Cambodia.
Well, it's because of the government. They're, you know, let's say kind of like North Korea. Not as extreme though, but still. Like in Cambodia, if you say something bad about the country's president in on Facebook, then he'd send over about 100 policemen to your house.
So about 100 Officer Taylors.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I would say in my opinion of the toughest people in the country would be Russians.
Hmm. And what about the least tough?
I don't know. I don't know what who that would be.
Well, in my opinion, the toughest would probably, I think it's probably people in this country, especially in the South. Oh, and one time I looked, there was this question posted online saying, how many women can the average man fight off? And then some guy said that the average woman from Texas can beat the average man from outside of Texas.
Hey Taylor, you also want to know how many years my country has been discovered?
How many years?
Since the year 15, the 1500s.
Uh,
Look up when was Mexico discovered?
1519. Uh,
Whoa, 1519. That was 500 years ago. It's actually,
exactly 500.
yeah,
So it said Hernan Cortes invaded Mexico in 1519 and conquered the Aztec Empire. Hernan
yeah,
Cortes was a Spanish conquistador or conqueror, best remembered for conquering the Aztec Empire in 1521 and claiming Mexico for Spain.
yeah. Wow, that's the 500 year of my country. That's crazy. 500 years.
I don't really know when America was discovered, but it was founded in 1776. Well, when they became independent from Britain.
And yeah, if you about last year on September the 16th, because that's the Independence Day for Mexico, and last year was the 50th. Last year was the 50th anniversary of when they put the new flag up in Mexico. And I remember I was in elementary school when they did that. It was in 1968.
I also remember this boxer named Tongman Choi. He's from South Korea, and
Yeah.
he's over 7 feet tall. And I've seen a video of him knocking various people out.
Yeah.
And there's also one time where he knees some guy in the face and gets his face all bloody.
I also remember looking up the world's tallest. He was he was a basketball player, and I heard that he was 8 feet tall.
Yeah. 8 foot tall basketball player.
Yeah, I mean, he was from another country.
I just looked up the tallest basketball player. His name is Suleiman Ali Nashnas. Uh, I'm gonna look up his height. Oh, 8 feet. He
Yeah,
was he was born in Libya and died in Libya.
yeah, yeah. An 8 foot basketball player.
I used to think that Yao Ming was the tallest.
He's 7'6".
I'm gonna look up Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, he's 7'1". I remember seeing a video, you know, with Big Show and Shaquille O'Neal, and Shaquille was taller than him. And Shaquille weighs 324 pounds.
He's big as Mohammed Saeed's little brother,
Hmm.
except his little brother weighs more than Shaquille O'Neal. He weighs like, hold on, I'm gonna do something here. Except for Mohammed Saeed's little brother, he weighs 51 pounds more than Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, I'll be ending the stream in about 8 minutes.
Hmm. I'm looking up these other guys in basketball, and most of these guys they're the height of Von der Roz's height,
Huh.
7'7". And the tallest basketball player today is he's another Asian guy. His name is Sun Mingmin.
Hmm.
He's 7'9". So he's tall as Aunt Malta. Actually, for that the tallest basketball player, the 8 foot one, he was actually 8'1".
Oh,
8 foot 1.5. guy was he lived in that country. Wow, they have nice buildings over there.
Nice buildings where do they have nice buildings?
Well, I'm looking at pictures of where he of his country, and I saw a city, and I saw buildings, and they really do look cool.
Sultan Qasim.
No, not him. I'm talking about the tallest basketball player, the, where he died in the country. The 8 foot guy.
Yeah, he's that was someone else. Oh, Sulaiman Ali Nashnosh.
Yeah, yeah, he was an Arab.
I'm looking up pictures of the country Libya. You know where that tall, uh, 8 foot basketball player is from.
Yeah,
And I see a picture of some guy running away from a bunch of guys with machine guns.
damn.
Seems like a horrible country.
Yeah, it's an Arab country. They have really nice buildings there.
I'm not really seeing buildings, just seeing guns and yeah.
Um, okay. Oh wait. Okay, I'm gonna send a picture to you on Twitter messages. It's in the same country you're looking up. Okay, I sent it to you.
I'll end this in 2 minutes. No, those buildings.
Yeah.
Oh, those are some tall buildings, and next to the sea.
Okay, let's get ready to do our Chinese faces.
Yeah.